Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jez Mukwena once again. Today, I just want to talk about the COVID situation in the United States, in India, and in South Africa. I mean, it's very important to look at these few countries, such as the United States and India and South Africa. The reason for me for selecting the three countries is because the other one has been leading, has been the one that was most affected and was widely reported. And the second one, which is India, it recently had the Delta variant or the Corona variant or the variant of the virus, which ravaged that country recently, and people were being buried or cremated in a manner that is sent shockwaves throughout the world. And South Africa, because recently it has experienced spikes in terms of the numbers that were reported. And the other point was that today there was an gathering which one regards as a super spreader in KwaZulu-Natal, which involved the former president. So those three countries have similarities and dissimilarities in a way. But I just want to focus on the spikes or the increases in those countries. I mean, at the present moment, the reported cases of the coronavirus in the United States of America has hovered around 33 million, which is a pretty good, it's a pretty high number of people that are being infected. If you look at the United States in January, when President Biden took over, he was able to intervene immediately and try to bring the numbers down, the daily recorded numbers down. I mean, at the moment, the US is reporting around 4,000 people that contract the virus, whereas in the previous year, 2020, the numbers were not less than 50, and New York was one of the most affected states in as far as coronavirus is concerned. And India is not reporting a lot as such at the moment, but the number stands at 30 million, which is just second to the United States. I mean, many people might have seen the report last month of India. I mean, the virus just went out of control. It just spiraled out of control. Daily deaths and daily reported cases were just out of control. There was shortage of oxygen. There was shortage of beds to cater for people that were coming or reporting to hospitals, and it became out of control. And people were just being cremated in a manner in which was not, I'll say, decent. But they had to do it because it was the crematorium sites were over full. So they had to improvise to try and bury or to cremate some of the people. In South Africa at the moment, I mean, we don't have, or South Africa doesn't have, I mean, high number of cases, reported cases, compared to some of the countries that I've just mentioned, India and the United States. I mean, there are not many, and the recovery rate has been very high. But the problem is, at the moment, South Africa is reporting or is experiencing a third wave and is reporting more than 26 cases per day. And that's a lot, 26,000. That's a lot. I mean, South Africa is not a big country, and it's having 2.4 million people that are actually contracted the virus, and 2 million, that's a lot for a small size country, for a size like South Africa, for a country like South Africa. I mean, it's basically over 2 million, not 2.4, but I think it's just over 2 million. And that's a lot. That's a lot. And you have a daily rate report of the virus or people that are contracting virus hovering at around 26,000, I mean, daily. It exists even in the United States. I mean, the United States has brought that down. And secondly, the United States has even vaccinated a lot of people. It's vaccinating. Even now, it's continuing the vaccination process. And South Africa is very slow. I think it's finding itself difficult to develop a plan to vaccinate its citizens. And that's the problem. And today there was a super spreader event in KwaZulu Natal where people gathered, some without masks, just in support of the former president, President Jacob Zuma. And you had also the EFF had a march to the regulatory body, the SARPA. I mean, all these super events that are taking place contribute to the high figures that South Africa is experiencing. Unless that is controlled, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be difficult for them to control it if it gets out of control. Because at the moment in Gauteng province, a number of beds are occupied and there is not enough oxygen to cater for people if the situation gets out of control, like in India or like in New York City during the period around, I think around March last year. I mean, if that can happen in South Africa, it will be difficult for them to control the situation there. So it's very important for the country to begin a process of slowing down the virus by making sure that they monitor and regulate most of the events, super spreader events. And people must be encouraged, and there should be campaigns to encourage people to adhere to the protocols. Keep your mask on. Make sure that you wash your hands or you sanitize. Keep social distance, and not just have these events that are unregulated and people just gathering without masks and all that. That's a problem, and it will create problem for South Africa. But I trust that the government of South Africa will be able to learn from the situation in India and the situation in the United States when the virus was just out of control in certain bigger cities. I thought I need to make a video just to look at that, to focus on the virus. But generally, the world is making progress, though steady. South Africa is, at the moment, is the one that is having high number of cases of the virus in Africa. It's topping the lists. And the US has managed to flatten the curve and arrest the problem or the spikes. India is cooling down, but it hasn't managed yet to arrest the virus or the spread of the virus. And I hope that people will learn from the past and from certain countries that were able to arrest the spread. Keep well for now. I thought I should share that with you and throw it in. Because the virus concerns everybody and affects everybody. And those who have not vaccinated, I'll encourage people to vaccinate. I vaccinated myself. My first dose was in April and the second dose in May. So I'm pretty in a more comfortable position, but I still wear my mask. Everywhere I go, I try to keep my mask. I have one or two in the car and one in my place. In case a person visits me, I wear my mask. And I'll encourage everybody, vaccinate, wear your mask, keep social distancing or keep social distance, and make sure that you sanitize your hands. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Keep well and stay blessed. Talk to you and see you next time. Bye.